Ronnie and Urvi. Welcome to our studios on Radio 44. We are all about fitness here in the studio. Apart from me, they are. Let's just put it that way.
Awesome.
So, Ronnie, tell us a bit about yourself and what is Fitbanker all about? How did it come to be?
Awesome. Fitbanker is a health and fitness implementation and accountability coaching body. That's what we are. We are not just delivering knowledge, but we exist to hold people accountable, provide implementation, and provide universal principles and wisdom around food, around exercise, around the human body and yourself. And what's my background? How did I get into this? I am a former fat banker. I was vice president at JP Morgan in London and living what I thought was a life of success till we at some point had a health scare. My wife and I went through a loss. We had a miscarriage, and the stress from that led to me going through a period of heart palpitations and then later hospitalized. And while we lost our little one, that was the birth of my mission and vision to really transform my own health. And thereafter, I began to be a contribution to others, coaching, empowering, educating anyone and everyone that would love to work with us to take on getting to optimal health. And that was the birth of Fitbanker.
Wow, what a journey. What a journey.
Thank you.
It is crazy to think about how something can affect you so much.
Yeah.
And then you take up something that is completely, that you didn't even think about it when you were growing up.
Absolutely. I mean, my background is a chartered accountant, a chartered financial analyst. I've been banking and audit for 12 years. And to go from there with no background in sport, no background in athletics, I'm not genetically gifted with anybody. I had to learn from scratch in my mid-30s, and I began my fitness journey at the age of 34 and transformed my body and lost 70 pounds in 7 months. Got a six-pack, the famous / infamous six-pack, and bigger guns. And now here I am at 42, 7 years old. We've been running this business and transforming and coaching lives globally. So really grateful to be in Kenya because it is growing here massively. And we're so grateful for the receptiveness of the people to want to take on their health and well-being.
Super. And one such person who has taken on the journey is with us, Urvi. Shah, welcome to the studios. Tell us about yourself and how you have become an accountability coach.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm Urvi, a mother of two, a wife, an owner of a jewelry business called Poetic Trends. And now an accountable coach. I started my journey last year, January, where my goal was to lose weight. And Mr. Fitbanker popped up on Instagram through another friend. And after a couple of masterclasses, I decided to join in. In the beginning of my challenge, my mom was in a coma. And that was my realization point where I realized everyone's banking on me. And if I am not fit, how is my 8-month baby who I was breastfeeding, my husband and my family, my dad, and all the family members banking on me and my energy to get all us through it. Yeah. And from my weight loss goal, through the education system and through the support in the community that Fitbanker has, I beautifully flowed through the months of probably the worst time in my life. Where I'd just be sitting in ICU looking at my mom, but here I was, jumping around, doing my steps, bringing good energy level to the ICU room, and vibrating good energies because of Fitbanker.
Wow. Look at that smile on Ronnie's face.
Awesome.
He's like, yes, good.
Absolutely.
So Fitbanker is the new trend in town because I have also seen it pop up so many times on my Insta profile. What makes it so popular? Why is it growing so fast?
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's lovely to know and to hear that you see it and that's showing up. But the first thing I want to nip is I want to talk about what I've discovered happens in Kenya, maybe specific to Kenya, maybe specific to Nairobi, is when you say the new trend. I think what I found here is I know a few people signed up recently at the beginning of the year to the program, and as they took it on, they said, hey, this year we're thinking of doing Fitbanker. Last year we did this, and the year before we did. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And they're like, oh, every year we sign up to something new in health. I said, well, you're using the same body, and the principles of food are the same. We've got to kind of end the trend culture. Because getting into a trend it's not a bite size, it's not a dessert that you're having, it's not like a one-off shot that you're having at taking on your health. This is about a lifestyle change. So why would you try different fads or something fashionable or something new if honestly your body isn't altering each year? It doesn't operate differently. It doesn't have a different user manual every year. The principles of how our body is built, our fat cells are accumulated, our muscle is built, are universal. They're timeless. If we understand them once and we learn how to implement this and get mastery of this such that it becomes second nature, then you get to carry on with it for life. I mean, to be honest, what I want to do is I want to make myself almost obsolete once our Fitbankers have mastered the knowledge and the wisdom of their body. So we exist to really educate and empower people to make this a lifestyle education that lasts a lifetime. But we really do want to end the short-term mindset of a trend culture. So hashtag end the trend, and let's make this a lifestyle change.
Yes, exactly. Hashtag end the trend, and of course don't forget to tag Fitbanker whenever you use that hashtag. The one thing that I keep breaking up with is gym. that is,
I love that.
Well, I'll be your therapist.
Done.
I'll help you recover from that breakup and get you back together.
Perfect. And that voice is of Ronnie, aka Fitbanker, and Urvi Shah. We have them in the studios, and we're all about fitness right here in the second hour on this Monday morning. Now, Ronnie, my question to you is: you spoke about how the Fitbanker journey, how you started Fitbanker, and how you got into fitness and all. But now that you're empowering people to take on this journey, is it one method that fits all, or do you plan packages as per them, like, once they come on board? Now you
awesome. No, the thing we do, we are big on what's called the science of transformative health, and one thing about that is that each of us are so goddamn unique. We're unique by gender, we're unique by height, we're unique by our size, we're unique by body composition, we're unique especially by an aspect we borrow from Ayurveda called the science of body types. Each of us have what's called Vata, Pitta or Kapha, or a mix or amalgamation of those three. And if you know your uniqueness, then you know how to eat according to your body type, according to your body composition, again, depending on what your goals are. And specifically at the mind and emotion level, we all have different stresses, we all have different concerns. And today's lifestyle, today's world, the things that we worry about and the impact that that has on our well-being is different from person to person. Right. So what we do is we want to really have you understand how you're unique, eat according to your body type, eat according to your goals, and also move according to what you want to achieve and the outcome. And that way it becomes a lot more easier, a lot more specific to each person, and you get your own personal experience.
Perfect. And there is one thing, and Urvi might just agree with me because she's from here, Kenyan born and bred, I believe.
Totally.
Yeah.
No more bread.
No more bread. But we have this tendency, especially in the Asian community, korogas are a must. If you don't do it on Wednesday, men have to go on a Saturday or a Sunday, right?
Or they make it a Monday.
Or they make it on a Monday, yeah.
Wow.
So it's a constant, like our Asian community, I don't see as many fit people that you see in the other communities. Have you had the same experience? And when you were going through this, what was... There we go, Ronnie has a call already. Hi, Ronnie.
There we go. No, go for it.
Yeah, so this was even 10 years back when I moved from Australia.
Right.
When I came back. On weekends, most people will just go for dinners, and that's their outing, or karogas, and spend the entire Sunday just drinking and eating.
Yeah.
And it used to bug me because our lifestyle in Australia was completely different. We were always on the beach at 6 a.m. doing our thing. Over the years, of course, I became a Nairobian Bredian, kind of like, okay, let's just go with the flow and just be with what people are doing. But now, thankfully, things have changed. I feel it's become a new habit, or it's a trend that actually stuck to everybody, right?
True.
The wrong trend that became a culture, such a deep culture in our Asian community.
Yes.
And that it's not just karoga, but just the general lifestyle of drinking, smoking, shisha.
Yeah.
What shisha was like part of our lives.
Yes.
And a lot of that, you can see the impact now when I speak to all the women about fertility, about the health issues, and at the age of 30, what they are going through, so many dis-ease, and that's really because of our lifestyle.
Right.
Really, really because of our lifestyle.
Yes, Ronnie.
Yeah, can I just add to that? What I really want to add, and what you're saying and what I'm hearing about what's going on here in Kenya, and to be honest, many parts of the world as well, And a big part of our focus on is that people tend to forget who they are, why they exist, and they misidentify with what we call the true self. And so what we're hearing here is people think enjoyment of life is indulgence in the pleasures, indulgence in the senses. And so when we really don't have a true understanding of ourselves and what our why is, why we exist, we will then turn to pleasing our senses, which is food, which is drink, which is gossip, which is alcohol, which is sex. And we will indulge in a lot of those to escape actually owning how relevant we are, how important we are. And a big part of our program, the ethos, the philosophy is you've really got to get your why you exist, or what we call your dharma or your swadharma. And when you identify that and you fulfill living a life of your purpose, you just simply wouldn't be engaging in so much pleasure senses. There's nothing wrong in moderation, but when that becomes the context or purpose of life, we've really misunderstood who we are, why we exist, and what impact we're here to make. And so a big part of our program is, what is your why? Get connected to why you matter, look around you, look at the people that bank on your well-being. What impact will you leave behind you? And if that's clear, taking care of the body, of the mind, and the intellect is just common sense.
Right. Very, very true. And I hear there is an in-person training that you might be having very soon here in Nairobi.
Absolutely. We do these things what are called Fitbanker masterclasses. They're free. Like you heard from Urvi herself, I don't know why I didn't have her from Hello. She had to come for 2 masterclasses and then signed up. But basically, if you're someone that doesn't procrastinate like Urvi and you're ready to take action, we are having an in-person meetup. It's not really a physical training session, but it is a masterclass. It's happening in Westlands at the Kingfisher Hotel, and it's going to be this Thursday. So if you just show up 7:15 p.m. we will have limited capacity of 50 people, and 7:30 start. And there's also an online link on my Instagram bio. If you go there, you can register for that online link to join on Zoom if you can't be there in person. We will go live at 8 p.m. on Zoom, but in person from 7:15 or 7:30 this Thursday, Kingfisher Hotel, 31st March in Westlands.
Perfect. What does your program entail? How do you deliver? Since you might not be in person every single time, it's almost online.
Yeah, in fact, it's hardly ever in person. It's not in person. We don't deliver an in-person program, and this is our view and our approach to want to reach and transform 1 billion lives in my lifetime. And we figured that if we leverage social media, if we leverage technology, the online world, we can really connect with multiple people that can also do it on catch-up at their own time. So how is our program delivered? Well, we say it's a lifestyle education that lasts a lifetime. The bit you need to do is just get mastery over the principles. So we deliver the principles initially over a 90-day program, and if you choose to continue and encore, it's called the Encore program, to do it for a further 90 days, that's entirely up to you. And we do recommend that you do that till we get to what we call optimal body composition. So how does it work? Over 90 days, we provide you, based on a questionnaire you respond to, a specific training program, specific meal plan ideas that meet your dietary requirements, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, lacto-vegetarian, non-veg, pescatarian. We don't ask you to change your dietary preferences. We just ask you to know we invite you to eat specifically healthy foods inside of those. So we provide you with meal plan ideas. We have weekly webinars where we coach you on the education, and we do the mindset work. So how do we rewire your relationship to food? How do we rewire your relationship to exercise? And how do we rewire, most importantly, your relationship to self? And that's done over weekly webinars, and you're assigned a team coach and weekly accountability coaches, which is what Urvi is in Kenya. So that's kind of how we deliver our program.
Perfect. And Urvi, you took on this journey last year in January, being a mom, as you mentioned. Did you go into, you started gymming, or how did you transform your body?
So overall, I've lost 20 kilos.
20?
Yes.
Wow.
Being at home, doing the free workouts that Ronnie has given, because I said I was a full-time carer for my mom, and it was COVID time.
Right.
My baby was 8 months and I was breastfeeding. So one of the biggest myths that actually also got busted was that I was very hesitant that I can't do this. I can't lose weight because I'm breastfeeding. But everything is transformable. Everything is manageable with this program.
Right.
So at my own time, whether it's just a half an hour HIIT workout or a half an hour workout that Ronnie gives, and I religiously just did that until today. I do not go into the gym. I go for a few classes for my Pilates, which is Shop 90, which
Yeah.
is my favorite teacher. And just being at home, doing the workouts, doing the 10,000 steps, which can be done at any time of the day.
Right.
And here I am, 20 kilos lighter and stronger.
Wow. So no gym required, Ronnie.
Yeah, no gym required, but we do say we recommend you've got to identify the environment that works for you. So if you cannot make it to a gym, there is an option to work out from home with a pair of dumbbells or resistance bands or lifting a couple of jerry cans of water and a chair. That's also an option because it got popularized during lockdown, and we've expanded and exploded during lockdown where people couldn't go to gyms in the UK and everywhere else in the world. And so how could we still optimize our well-being? So you can use body weight, you can use weights at home. But if a gym works for you, and we do recommend people going to a gym, it will completely serve you. We do recommend even any gyms listening in, if you think we can partner with you and serve you because your client walks into your gym and is with you for an hour, what do they do the 23 hours thereafter? That's where we come in. And so to make this a holistic, whole life transformation, they would spend an hour in your gym, they would work with the PT in person, and the hours after that and outside of that is where we would come in. So the choice is yours, but you do not have to have a gym. And if you do, it will definitely serve you and empower you if that's what suits you.
Perfect. You've heard it from the man himself who's not been to a gym since 2017, as he tells me.
It's since September. Since September last year. Sorry.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Since September.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can see how fit he is. Come on. So clearly it is working. This program does work. Urvi lost 20 kilos as well. But how do you encourage people when it gets hard? Like, they would be in contact with you and they're like, I'm giving up now.
Yeah, well, the first thing we say is we try to debunk some myths and beliefs that people have around what it takes. People say to me, oh, I'd love to do your program, but I don't have discipline. I'm not motivated. So the first thing we do is we debunk that there is anything called discipline. If you, Bhargav, and I, if we take a drop of blood out of our body and we put it under a microscope, we will see nothing in there called discipline. Right? There's nothing in there in our blood or DNA or our genes called discipline or motivation. Right?
Yep.
So what then causes discipline? Discipline is the after effect. It's the labeling that we attach to somebody that's been in performance. But as a performance body, as a performance organization, as a performance coaching institute, what we are doing is we're providing you with three things. You need to create that environment, and the environment that you bask in dictates the frequency and the habits that you're going to engage in. Number two is the community, and the third one is the habits. So environment, community, and habits are the three things that keep anything consistent. Now you can look around you. If your week includes going to the bar, going to the pub, going for karoga 2 or 3 times a week, and it's the same community of people, you will engage in the same habits that create the outcome of what's called the karoga workout or whatever it is that program delivers. But what we're doing is if you surround yourself in an environment where you go to the gym, you go outdoors for treks. This weekend, by the way, we've got a trek. You invited Bhargav.
All right.
And if you go for a swim, if you go for a walk, if you work out from home, that's your environment. Your community, you don't have to ditch your friends. You just surround yourself with more people that are up to transforming their health. And we do that online through WhatsApp groups, through Facebook Lives, through webinars. We get to connect with a whole new, amazing, healthy community. And then your habits, like, the foods you consume, the time you sleep, things like practicing mindfulness and gratitude and meditation, all those contribute to the new you.
Perfect. And there is a meetup that's happening at
this Thursday, Kingfisher Hotel, 7:15 p.m. Kenya time, and we're going to go live on Zoom at 8 p.m. For those joining in live, go to my Instagram at fitbanker.co on Instagram, and you'll find the link to register for this Thursday's masterclass. If you want to find out in depth how this program works and see some amazing results, a lot more inspiring than my own, and also as equally as inspiring as Urvi's and many others in Kenya who've taken this on, then please do join us on Thursday.
Yes, you really don't want to miss out on this. And Urvi, Ronnie, thank you so much for coming to the studios.